Good day to all of you. I'm Nurbek Amenov, and a warmest welcome to the new time on Jibek Joly World. The process of Kazakhstan's economic recovery will begin in the second half of 2023 and continue in 2024. These are the results of the regular macroeconomic survey conducted among the expert community by the National Bank. Analysts' expectations of the country's economic growth remain unchanged: 3.8% next year and 4% in 2024. As for inflation, analysts forecast the increase in its rate from 18.5% to 19% in 2022. However, it is expected to drop significantly in 2023 by 11.2%. Regarding the expectations, on the base rate it remains unchanged, namely 13.9% on average per year. It bears noting that 12 organizations involved in the analysis and forecasting of macroeconomic indicators in Kazakhstan took the survey conducted by the National Bank. The respondents included professional market participants, research institutes, international organizations, and rating agencies. Kazakhstan's crop yields have reached a record level in the past 10 years. The country's first deputy prime minister, Roman Sklar, said. According to him, about 23 million tons of cereals and pulses were collected in total. This is a 27% hike from the previous year. The total wheat harvest grew by 30%. Sklar also noted that the state support measures helped to increase productivity in the agro-industrial complex. 220 billion tenge were allocated for sowing and harvesting this year. This is twice more than in 2021. Since the beginning of the current year, 180 investment projects worth 132 billion tenge have been launched in the agro-industrial complex. By the end of 2022, the figure will increase to 237 billion. In addition, on the instructions of the President, 5 million hectares of unused land had been returned to the state. The same amount will be returned next year, Sklar added. Kazakhstan is planning to increase the age limit for youth from 29 to 35 years. The Majlis signed a bill enshrining this standard and submitted it to the Senate, the Kazakh Ministry of Information and Social Development reports. What do residents and experts think of this? Our correspondent, Aygerim Akimjanova, has the details.
35 years. It is this age that is called the upper age limit for young people in many European countries. Last year, Kassym-Jomart Tokayev spoke about this at a meeting of the National Council of Public Trust. According to him, this was led by an increase in the average age of marriage and generally in the amount of time people spend on studying or improving their skills. For example, at present, a little more than 3.5 million Kazakh residents fall under the category of youth. If the bill is approved by the Parliament, their number will double. If this rule is introduced through the corresponding legislative procedures, it should definitely have a positive impact on the state's social and youth policy. Last year, Kazakhstan Institute of Social Development, named Ruhani Janguru, or Modernization of Kazakhstan's Identity, conducted a study. People were asked about their opinion on a possible raise of the age limit for youth up to 35 years. More than 60% of Kazakh residents who took part in this survey responded positively. According to experts, young people can benefit from the increase in the age limit. Moreover, they have a real need for state support. If earlier Kazakh residents under the age of 29 could apply for benefits, employment, assistance to purchase housing, or get business support, now this possibility can be extended for 6 years. Up to 35, I think 30 is enough. Those who are 35 are adults already. I don't know. It would be great if people who are a little older can also have the opportunities given to young people. On the one hand, this is not very good because it can make young people relax and not aspire to achieve more. In Germany, for instance, the category of young people includes those under the age of 29.
Конечно, это хорошо. Я считаю, молодежи нужно давать...
This is good for sure. I think it is important to give the green light to young people and help young families. Then they will be able to become self-sufficient, settle in life and raise their children. There is no need to give them this status when they stand firmly on their feet, but at first I think it is necessary. So if there is such a decision, I am all for it.
Отлично.
Great, it's good news. Raising the age limit for youth to 35 years will give a lot of opportunities for our younger generation, because usually many people don't really get it until they are 30. Such awareness only develops after 30. According to the Kazakh Ministry of Information and Social Development, every fifth Kazakh citizen believes that this change can make them feel confident about the future, as well as increase social activity of young people. Nearly a quarter of respondents assumed that this change will lead to increase in the age for family formation and childbearing.
And more about youth. Almost half of the working youth in Kazakhstan is employed in trade, education, and agriculture sectors. Young people's interest in industrial enterprises, as well as construction and logistics sectors, has declined. The work in government agencies is losing its popularity among them as well, the Bureau of National Statistics reports. The analysts use the standards of the International Labour Organization in their assessment. Therefore, the category youth included citizens aged 15 to 28. According to them, almost 2 million out of the total number of young people in the country have jobs. About 80% of them are hired workers, and the rest are self-employed. Experts also note that over 14,500 young Kazakh residents are already running their own businesses, being employers themselves. The UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage List can be replenished with the Kazakh national dance Orteke. Experts are currently working in this direction. Our correspondents try to reveal the uniqueness of the ancient dance equated with the theater art.
The word Orteke means argali trapped in the pit. This comic dance was born from watching animal behavior. There are 3 forms of the dance performance, including puppet, solo, and round dance. Historians give different versions of the origin and purpose of this ancient dance. One of them is to entertain children.
В целом-то сам этот атрибут придумали
This
для...
element was created for children's entertainment. A person who plays the dombra instrument holds a line with middle finger, which comes from the figure of argali that has a mechanism in the bottom. When he plays the dombra, the figures of mountain goats move and jump.
Гордые козлики прыгают и танцуют.
In this version of the dance, movable figures of argali are fixed to the surface of a special table, and the string that controls it is attached to the dombra player's hand. The second version is similar to round dance Blind Man's Buff, and in the third one, the dancer practically does not move, expressing emotions mainly through music. All dance equipment is made of wood. The ornaments also have their own meanings.
Этими предметами пользовались так называемые салсера.
These items were used by the so-called salsari, who are representatives of the theater art of the steppe. These are the musicians who traveled throughout villages, entertaining people and sharing the latest news. They were very respected people. Orteke was used for children's fun.
И вот для развлечения детей они активно использовали вот Orteke.
The UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage List also included the Argentine tango and the Uzbek lasgi.
That's all the news we've got for you today. I'm Jibek Joly. Make sure to stay tuned, and I'll see you very soon.